Hey everyone, it's Nicole Evelina from NicoleEvelina.com and NicoleKnowsDeals.com, and I've run out of my custom blend foundation, so I am going to go ahead and demonstrate how I do a custom blend for myself. And so the first thing I'm going to do is pull my hair back, and hopefully the lighting is good for you, that you can see what I'm doing here. And so the first thing I want to do is I want to figure out what my base shade is going to be. And so these are the base shades here: ivory, porcelain, beige, tan, hazelnut, deep, and espresso. So I'm going to start off with beige and see, hopefully you can see what I'm doing. Let me just put this down a little bit. So I'm going to put a little dot of beige right there, and we will see how that looks. I'm going to go ahead and swatch this so you can see that right there. Now we have to give it about 60 seconds to dry before we take a look at it. For some reason the lighting is getting really bad right now. I know you can't see that too good. Hold on. There you go. So I'm going to let that dry slightly. And I'm just going to swatch one more color. So that is the beige. Let me go ahead and swatch tan and see how that comes out. So right next to the beige, I just swatched tan. We're going to give it about 60 seconds to dry. Quite honestly, I think that tan is most likely going to be my color, because if you look, the beige looks very light, but the tan is almost completely gone. So the tan is definitely going to be my skin color. So before I add the tan to my mixer here, which is what I'm going to mix my foundation in. I'm sorry about the lighting, you guys. It looks terrible, I can see. What I'm going to do is I am going to start off with sunscreen, because I definitely want to make sure that there is SPF or extra SPF in my, there we go, in my foundation. So I'll start off with the sunscreen mattifier. And I'm going to go ahead and put in 10 pumps. Ten pumps will be about 5 mLs. You'll see that in there. So now that I've done that piece, the next thing that I want to do is I want to determine whether or not I want my foundation to be matte or dewy. And so it's winter time. I do like my foundation to be matte, so I'm going to go in with my mattifier as well. And I am going to add 5 mLs of mattifier. Okay, so that is in there. And then I don't want to have a sheer coverage or a full coverage. I do want my foundation to be medium coverage, so I'm just going to leave it alone. I'm not going to add any thinner, and I'm not going to add any of the coverage enhancers up here. So now that I have this done, I'm going to go ahead and add my base color to my mixture here. And we're gonna take that up to about 30 mLs. And then we're going to mix it around so you can see what I'm doing here. You want to blend it really, really well, mix it really, really good. You want to make sure that you put the light color in first because it will change your base a little bit. So anything that's white, you want to put in there first. Okay, so we're gonna swatch this on my skin. And there is my foundation mixture there. So let me find a nice new spot. I'm just gonna take off what's there so I can swatch my skin. Okay, I'm gonna let this dry off a little bit. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and swatch this and see what it looks like on my skin. You're always gonna do your swatches at the jawline. I don't know if you can see. No, you can't see because the lighting stinks. It's like weird when I move my head. So I swatched my skin and it's almost pretty much a perfect match because you can't even see it. It looks really, really good, actually. And so the first thing I want to do is take a look at the depth. I want to make sure. We'll give it about 60 seconds to dry, but I'm going to look at the depth. Do I want to lighten or darken the foundation at all? I actually do want to darken it just a little bit. And so I'm going to add a little bit of the blue brown for deep because I just want to darken it slightly, not much, just a little bit darker just because I like to be a little bit more tan than my normal skin color. I'm going to mix that up really good. I'm going to swatch again in a different spot. And there. I think that is about right. So now what I want to do is I want to add the undertones of my skin into the foundation. And so I have an olive complexion, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add some yellow. I'm going to do 2 pumps of yellow. Oops. And then I'm going to go ahead and do a pump of blue. And you're probably thinking, how does she think she has blue undertone? We actually all do. We all have yellow, red, and blue in our skin. Yellow is in our undertones. Yellow is for skin, red is for the blood, and blue is for the veins. And so now I'm grabbing yellow red and I'm going to put 1 pump of yellow red in here as well. Hello, come on, there you go. Okay, so now that I've added my undertones, you can see them in here. See, the yellow, the blue, and the yellow red. I'm gonna go ahead and mix that up really, really well. Okay. We're gonna swatch again. Give that 60 seconds to dry. And then in the meantime, I am going to take a look at what I want to add to my foundation. So I definitely am going to add some botanicals. So I'm going to add some oil control for sure, because my skin does tend to be a little bit oily, especially in my T-zone area, and I do want this to be a matte foundation. So I'm gonna put about half of that in there. And then I am also gonna put some ultra firming botanical in there. This is Botox in a bottle. It will plump my skin, help it to feel nice and tight and firm like it should feel. And I'm gonna put ½ ounce of that. And then I am also gonna put hydrator in there for the dry areas in my skin, because my cheeks tend to be dry. Like right around this area here, it gets very dry. So just put a little bit of that. And I'm gonna go ahead and mix this up really well. That swatch actually came out perfect. It's exactly the color that I want it to be. So here I am mixing up a little bit more. Okay. Alrighty, so now that I have that mixed, it is perfect. A little bit goes a very, very long way with this. So what I want to do next is I'm going to get my bottle. This is my Motives Cosmetics foundation bottle. And I'm just going to pour this right into the bottle. Hopefully you can see that. Just want to be careful about it. Make sure you get every last drop out. Okay. So there we go. This is my skin in a bottle. That is my perfect formula foundation. It has all of the anti-aging properties that I wanted, and it matches my skin tone the way I want it to perfectly. It's the coverage that I want, and so now I'm going to apply it to my face. I'm just going to use what's left here in this little bottle. Like I said, a little bit goes a very long way with this makeup. And so oh yeah, this is like perfect. Hopefully you can see and I'm not. I know the lighting keeps changing. It's awful. Sorry about that, guys. But this is great coverage for me. And there we go. My perfect Motives Liquid Custom Blend Foundation. Thanks, guys. See you soon. Bye.